Hey guys, it's Mike from Baltimore Rides here, wrapping up my Friday night, the 17th of November. My camera does not want to stay stable. Well, my phone mount, you know what it is. 3:20 a.m. Saturday morning, obviously. Long day. My Fridays and Saturdays are usually longer days, which I'm fine with. You know, that's kind of where the bread and butter is. And, obviously I've got a quest goal that I do not want to drop the ball on. I want to get this one because it's a nice little reward. 170 is a pretty good payout for doing 65 trips, which I'm going to do anyway. So after last night, my performance Thursday night in Towson and the North Baltimore area, I set high expectations for myself. I said, $200, 30 trips. If I can do 30 trips in North Baltimore on a Thursday, why can't I on a Friday in DC? So, I got down here, started off real strong, lots of trips. I will say the auto approve or whatever it is, auto accept feature that is available in DC, where, if the ride is less than 5 minutes away from you, it automatically adds it to your queue. There's no little pop-up where you can click yes or no. That's huge. That makes life so much easier. And so many of my trips, I would say probably 40% of my trips tonight were just automatic add-ons, where the system plugged somebody really close by in, and I didn't even have to do any of the work, which is great. All I had to do was just, drive there. And the nice part about it is Waze even integrates that. So if you've got a destination set, like, for example, when I don't have a ride, if I'm, somewhere in the city, I usually set my destination back towards U Street and just start moving in that direction until something, loads. And if you get one of those auto activate rides or auto, add-on rides, it automatically recalculates Waze for you, which is phenomenal. I really like that. So, I did 28 trips tonight. I did $186 with Uber, and I did do 3 little Lyft rides kind of early in the evening for $18. So, 186 is not bad. I usually do more on Fridays, but they were all just really little trips tonight. And the thing that I noticed that really probably sets the money apart from what I've been, getting throughout the summer and the fall is the boost was not as significant as it has been in the past. Actually, Adams Morgan and kind of like the northern parts of the city didn't even get any boost until midnight. Maybe it was 11 o'clock. Might have been 11 o'clock. So literally nothing. There was no boost in the city and very few surge clouds. I mean, really a little bit here and there, but nothing, constant. So most of my fares are just straightforward fares without any real kicker. It wasn't really until the last kind of 4 hours of the night that my fares started to, to have on an added boost, which, hey, that can make all the difference in the world, guys. It really can. If you've got rides that are, regular minimum wage rides, or if you've got, rides that are 1.5 to 2, all of a sudden you're basically, giving yourself a pay raise on that trip for doing the same job. So I took my break between like 10 and 11:30 and went and got myself a second cup of coffee because I needed one, and grabbed something to eat, did a restroom break, and kind of just recharged for a little bit because I knew that with no real boost or surge, I was kind of spinning my wheels working for, basic fares. And most of them are going to be minimum fares in the city at that time of night. You're taking people to and from the bars. So they're $4 fares, because they're short. So I waited, and then, the boost did click in. It did click in. It was not as significant as it was during the summer and the fall. And that might be because Uber is just seeing that there's less stuff going on in the winter months, which is certainly possible. So, I think that's part of the reason why I'm at 186 and not somewhere in the low 200s, is that extra, multiplier or price differential is just not there that I've been kind of accustomed to. Didn't really go to Virginia all that much tonight. I was only over the river, I think, 2 or 3 times. So a lot of my trips were very short within the city trips. No trips out to the suburbs, no long rides tonight, no 45-minute rides, which is a good thing because I'm shooting for a quest goal. So I want lots and lots and lots of little trips. And 28 is a great number, guys. Is it too shy of where I want to be? Yeah. At 3:30, do I really need to sit around waiting for 2 more trips? No, I can just, I can get them tomorrow. Because, now I've got basically almost half of my quest goal in, and that's a nice thing. If I do 25 tomorrow, then that puts me at, oh my God, I got to do math at 3 in the morning. Like 53, something like that. And then I have to do 12 more trips. So, I wanted to get back into that routine. I wanted to get back into having my short day Sundays. I definitely want this quest goal. It will make the difference. I've been using the fuel rewards card, and this is kind of an interesting thing. Okay, so this is you basically tricking yourself. If you're paying for your gas through the fuel rewards card, it comes out of your pay. So your take home is going to be less for every gas trip that you make, and it's itemized on your pay statement, but it's not something you can deduct very easily. So let's say, for example, I've got $100 in gas already this week. Now, and one of those, I'm not going to lie, one of those is me filling up my wife's minivan, which is fine. I don't care. But that $100 is $100 less than what I will see, because I'll also take out my lease payment, and then, my take home will be $100 less. Now, at the end of the day, it's the same money, whether I put it on my bank card or whether I put it on the Uber card. At the end of the day, I'm still paying for gas. So you're kind of tricking yourself. But, one of the things I think I will do, and I was doing that only because it gives you a little bit of breathing room. I've been kind of getting my money situation back to the standard that I was accustomed to, with those 2 weeks that were definitely screwed up because of what happened with the fam. So now that I'm back on track, I won't need to do that next week. But it was a nice little lean-to, not having to stress about, what does the bank account look like? Oh, I can just put it on here and then just pay it off with my Uber trips. So kind of a neat way to kind of flex if you're tight. If you had a week where you had to pay a lot of bills or something came up, if you've got that Uber Flex card, the fuel card, it just allows you to kind of breathe a little bit easier. It's kind of like a pay-as-you-go card. So there's that. But the other advantage is, you do save about 3 cents a gallon, give or take, and you can use your Lyft Shell rewards card with that. So really you can save about 8 cents a gallon by using the two combined, versus just 5 cents if you're paying with your own card. The disadvantage is the fuel purchases do not show up on my QuickBooks, because I don't think I can link the fuel rewards card to QuickBooks. So I don't know. I have to try that. Maybe I can. I don't know. I don't think so, because it's not an account in my name. So I'll give it a try, but I don't think it's going to work. So there's that. So that's the catch-22 there, and I will go back to using my bank card because I want to be able to itemize that fuel reward, the gas, because it's an expense and I want to have it built in. So there you go, guys. It's kind of a long video. I'm already at 10 minutes. I'm definitely back on track to have a strong weekend. Yesterday was a great day in Baltimore, so I should hit my 1,100 goal this week. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I really do feel like it's going to be a, definitely a back in the saddle kind of week. Now, tomorrow and Sunday will really be the determiner. I think tomorrow's going to be an even stronger day. I felt like the city was kind of quiet tonight. People were definitely out partying. The police were all over the place, which is usually a good sign. If the police are taking it seriously and they're in force, then that means that they're expecting trouble, and trouble means partiers. So, that's a good indicator. If the police are kind of nowhere to be seen, then they're not expecting a busy week or a busy night. So that's that, guys. I will probably be on the road a little bit later than I was today. My daughter has dance tomorrow, and my son and I are going to hang out in the morning while they do her dance, while she goes to dance. So I probably won't be on the road till about 2-ish, which means, I won't be in DC till about 3. But for a Saturday, that's fine because there's no rush hour. So everybody have a great night. I have been thinking about our New Year's celebration, and I think that's what we're going to do, is we're going to plan something for New Year's. A lot of you guys have given me suggestions, and this is my thoughts on this. So, and I'm not saying we're going to pick what I say, but I want this to be kind of something we can all think about. Some of you guys are Virginia drivers. Some of you guys are Southern Virginia drivers. There's some DC drivers in there, but there's also some Maryland and Baltimore drivers. So any place that we pick has really got to be somewhere between Baltimore and DC. Can't be in Virginia. Can't be Southern DC, because that's not fair to the Baltimore drivers, having to make them drive the hour plus all the way down. So what I think is we'll pick something kind of DC Beltway. Maybe like a College Park, a Silver Spring, Laurel, somewhere kind of on the top end of the DC Beltway that's, 20 minutes from DC, 30 minutes from Virginia, and then, maybe a little bit further of a stretch for the Baltimore folks. But I kind of want to be, I want to put it somewhere in that middle territory between the two cities where everybody has an equal opportunity to come and visit. And then also, if we do the DC Beltway, the folks that drive in Annapolis that I talk to, Maggie, I'm thinking about you, wink, wink. But some of those Annapolis drivers can also participate. I would really love to get as many people as we can out to this. I'm probably going to put it on the Facebook group as well, so there'll even be some folks that are not on, following the channel. But I think it'd be a great kind of social mixer for all of us to meet each other face to face, to just blow off some steam, and then have a good time before we start the new year. So I'm gonna do some scouting out and kind of think about some places that might be capable of handling a herd of us all at once, and then if we can come up with some good ideas, maybe I'll make some calls in the next week or two. And obviously we'll all just have to run our own tabs. I don't have the bankroll to float that. I think you guys know that. But even if it's just a place that I can say, hey, you might get invaded by 20 to 40 Uber drivers all at once. Can you handle that capacity? And just kind of warn them in advance that we're coming, and then find a place that's welcoming of that idea. Now, obviously, if we're doing something in December, January, that's a slow time of year for most bars and taverns. So I'm sure they'll be thrilled to have some extra business. So, that's my thoughts. If anybody knows any places that they think can handle that kind of capacity, in the, like I said, northern DC Beltway, 495 to like Laurel, College Park, kind of, somewhere in that Maryland, Maryland area that we can all get to, so it's kind of equidistant if possible. So, take like an Arlington, Alexandria to Towson, and kind of somewhere that meets in the middle there. And I don't have any idea what that geographically looks like, but that was my thought, was Beltway. So if you have any ideas, definitely shoot me a message or a text and let me know what you think might work. And then I can start doing some homework, and maybe we can get something solidified for the New Year's. Everybody have a great night. Get some rest. I will be back on the road tomorrow. Thanks again, everybody, and I will see you soon. Bye.